Hi guys and welcome back. I just bought 4 different perpetual protocols that are just launching right now that are literally hidden gems. Yes, from one side, from the tech point of view, because they are all of them introducing something new. One of them is even just about real world assets. Yes, you understood correctly. Real world assets will start trading with derivatives with leverage on top of real estates, buildings, and so on. And on the other side, all of them are having an airdrop opportunity or a liquidity program that is running right now that can give you really great rewards. Plus, all of them have been also defined by Token Metrics, that is one of the platforms that I'm using when it comes to researching hidden gems. So protocols, applications that are having the ability to perform pretty well into the next bull run. So stay tuned because this video will be pretty interesting if you want to be ready for the next bull run. Just before to start, guys, let me say that this channel is about educational content and nothing has to be intended as financial advice. If you want to invest in anything, that's super fine, but always remember, do your own research. It's so important that you are able to make your own idea in order to take the best decision for your own portfolio. And guys, if you want to know more about the different stuff that we are following, follow us on Twitter and also on Substack, where we are having our newsletter. So equation, this is the first project I want to talk. This is something that I already just mentioned you in one of my previous videos. Today I want to go deeper into the matter, start to explain to you which is the opportunity in terms of real money when it comes to liquidity mining and airdrops, because this is the main topic of this video. On the other side, I will show you also the token metric research report for all the different projects. As you can see, I already opened all the different tabs, starting from equations. As you can see, 64%.58. This is the score that has been given by token metrics. This is also the highest one among the 4 protocols that we will see today. I can tell you 64.85 is a pretty good score, considering that just a few are reaching around 80%, and this is not so many. When it comes about 55, 65, this is a good range to move in order to understand if the protocol that we are talking about is decent or not. Obviously, what we have to remember is that we are always talking about something that is young and experimental, guys. Don't use any protocol and APing just because you are seeing an incredible opportunity. Because, for example, I will show you right now. And as you can see right now, the APR on equation is insane because we are talking about something like 642% on average, with a maximum it is around 12,000. So we are talking about 12,000%. So an insanely high APR. And this is true because, as you can see, I'm starting to earn rewards. This is coming from the position I'm having open, and I just using something like 1.8 ETH, so nothing incredibly high. But even so, you can earn that amount. The point is that it doesn't matter. The APR is good, but you don't have to AP in anyway, because we have just seen today, I don't know if you noticed, but Radiant Capital just suffered an exploit. So it means that they lost about 4 million, something like that. This simply means that okay, any great opportunity comes with a risk, and considering that we don't know which platform will fail, it's always a good idea to diversify your own investments and your own exposure. How it works equation when it comes to earning this reward. So first of all, let me say that we are talking about a perpetual protocol platform that is allowing you something like a GMX to open position long short with a leverage up to 200x. The beauty is that right now you don't even have fees when it comes trading ETH or BTC. That's something you can do completely without having to pay fees to open closing a position. Only if you use the referral code of someone. In this case, you can use mine. You will find it into the section below, description section, plus also into the comments. Once you have an opening position, you will start earning rewards. Rewards are coming not just by trading, because as you can see here, you will see position mining. It means this is the APR that you are earning the moment when you are mining. So you are opening a position, you are mining through your position, so just by trading. On the other side, it is pool 2, liquidity mining, and RBF. All of these are regarding the opportunity to provide liquidity to the platform, because as you are probably familiar, when it comes to GMX, the traders are using liquidity provided by other users. The main difference with Equation is that they are allowing you, as you can see into the pools, to provide liquidity also with leverage. This leverage is up to 100x in this moment. The level could change according to which is considered a safe amount. Obviously, I will never suggest you to go with the maximum leverage. Always try to balance the risk-reward ratio. I will talk about more in depth about how they are working on that and how and why. This is something that can literally be a big revolution, because remember, guys, one of the biggest problems when it comes to perpetual protocols is liquidity. So having the opportunity to have a GMX model with leverage, well, that's something that's pretty interesting. As you can see, on the other side is also pushing up the APR. This APR is coming from one side from trading fees, and the other side also from the token that is mined. So basically, at this moment, we are having a platform, this one, Equation, that is giving you the opportunity to earn up to 12,000% of APR if you're using 200x of leverage. Yes, that's the theoretical maximum. That's something I will never suggest you to do. What you can do is using, I don't know, a leverage of 5, 10, 20, do whatever you want according to which is your taste. There are people that are even just opening 2 position long short just to balance them and start mining. That's also something that you can do. I'm not suggesting you, but I'm just giving you the idea of what is possible through the platform. Let me say one thing that is true, that the APR is so high, but on the other side, as you can see, in the moment when I'm trying to claim my rewards, the system will ask me how long I want to lock them, or if I want to just withdraw them right now. As you can see, if you want to withdraw them right now, this is something that will cut 90% of your earnings. So it means that you will earn just 10%. That basically means instead of earning 12,000, you will just earning 1,000%. It's pretty still a lot. Or you can decide to lock them for 90 days and you will have more. 80 days, you will have half. And 360, you will have all of them. Personally, I'm taking for the staking for 360 days. Just my personal taste. I'm just dealing with it just like an investment for from now to 1 year. Because as we were discussing, we are talking about a pie that is big, 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 big. We are talking about $1 trillion. So that's so much money into that pie that honestly, right now we are talking about small projects. Right now, Equation has a market cap that is just about 1 million. So who cares about really what is happening right now? My bet is into the next 12 months, 24 months, and so on. And we're just at the beginning of the run. Obviously, it means that I can end it up with nothing. Yes, this is absolutely true. If you're staking for and locking your tokens for 1 year, you can end up with literally nothing. That's an opportunity. On the other side, you can also end up with much more, because you will end up with the whole amount of tokens plus the possible growth of the platform. Let's say the platform has gone up by 10x. Well, you will get all the tokens plus the 10x. That's the bet I'm doing. Okay, I don't want to go too long into this protocol because there are many others that I want to talk about. Feel free to ask me anything, and I will also leave it into the description of my personal referral link if you want to use it. In that case, you will also have 0 trading fees when it comes to Equation on BTC and ETH. Parcl. This is another platform, and it's super interesting and super fascinating. Why? Because it's about speculating on the rising and falling, as they are writing on their website about real estate markets. What they are doing basically is creating indexes that are more clear from their application on different markets. And they are tracking these indexes and creating the synthetics that you can start trading. The way it is working is pretty much as any other platform. If you click, you can find different information about the single market and so on. It is supporting, as you can see, MetaMask Solver, because mainly it is based on Solana. And we are talking about a protocol that is also supported by pretty good investors, to be fair. It is backed by Coinbase, Dragonfly, Archetype and Solana Ventures. As you can see, when it comes to token metrics, this is their reporting. They are just starting to talk about the opportunity of releasing a token. What they are doing is introducing this, earning points as you trade. I want to add one thing before going deeper into the matter. First of all, guys, remember when it comes to airdrops, there is nothing sure. Any project could define its own rules to distribute tokens. So it doesn't mean that for the simple reason that you had a lot of points into that protocol, or if you use that a lot, you will receive an airdrop. So that's something I want to make it clear, because I want to have a situation where someone it is thinking, okay, I will get an incredible airdrop, because we have already seen it. For example, Sui decided to give the airdrop only to the people who were into the Discord. So it doesn't matter, maybe you were a heavy user of their testnet, but you weren't into the Discord, you will end up with nothing. So rules can be pretty diversified, and you'll never know until the moment when they announce the exact rules on how it will work. Anyway, we can be pretty confident that Parcl will release something soon. Anyway, it's not a bad idea to start using and start earning points. As again, my suggestion is trying, understanding, because remember, guys, real estate, that's a market is so big that in the moment when we are bringing it on chain, it is allowing us to create the most diversified strategies. And that's something that seeing it in action is pretty interesting. As you can see, they have reached the third version, because as you can see here, Parcl V3 platform. So this is something that is going step by step, but is still evolving. And they have a total value locked right now that is about 26 million, with an open interest that is about 8 million. So we're talking about platforms that are not really small, but not even yet big. Because, for example, if we go to Equation, we will see that they had a volume about 3.5 billion, 112 million just today, and on operating is about 79 million. So are good numbers, considering that we are talking about platforms that are pretty young, but still nothing crazy. One final thing that has to be said is that we still don't know the tokenomics. So it is difficult to say what will be the path forward for the project in terms of the token, because obviously without knowing the tokenomics, without knowing the fully diluted valuation in the moment when it will be launched, that's the reason why I rather prefer to go with something where I'm more in control. Okay, I know that maybe in some cases you will earn less, because in some cases you can just bet and you will be highly rewarded, something we have seen with many airdrops. But on the other side, having a liquidity program that I know exactly the rules, for example, in this case, I know exactly that each day 10,000 tokens will be emitted, so will go to the market, will be used as a reward. It's something that, to me, it is more clear instead of just having to use the platform. Anyway, following closely Parcl, and that's a platform that I really like the concept. Stay tuned. I will keep you posted about this topic, because I think it's truly important. I will leave also a code to get 5% more points on Parcl. Just use it. And again, guys, don't APIN. Use it with the awareness of the risk that it can bring with it. Okay, let's go to the third platform. It is called Drift. Also, in this case, it's about Solana. This is a protocol that has been pretty hyped in the last couple of weeks, at least. I found it in that way. It has a value that is pretty close to what we have seen with Equation, with an open interest and numbers that are among the same. Differently from what we have seen on Equation, the leverage is much lower. In this case, it's reaching just 10x. But on the other side, it is supporting more assets. Also, in this case, we are talking about a platform that it is still young. They don't have a token yet, but they are backed by a pretty good VCs. As you can see, Gem Capital, Polychain Capital, Multicoin, and other players. So definitely we can say that they are backed by good players and they have enough money to keep developing, because on the other side, the main thing that we have always to remember. If a project is not backed by good investors, yes, I know maybe sometime it will be better for the tokenomics because there is enough selling pressure by VCs that bought a really cheap price the token. But on the other side, how the team can survive in the early stage of the project without the money, so that's a big question. So I'd rather prefer to see a project that has VCs, so I know for certainty that someone has exposure on it and it is some way supporting them in order to avoid that they are running out of money, instead of knowing that the project is just run by anonymous, maybe even great developers, but I don't know how much money they are having, how much money they will pour into the project, because at the end of the story, building anything is something that requires so much money. When it comes to token metrics, they are giving a score that is about 62.5, so slightly less than what we have seen with Equation, but still a great evaluation. Here you can find also what we like. You just stop the video and check it out if you want to read more about that. This is a premium report, so unfortunately, if you go into their website, you will not find available for you if you don't have the premium account. Going to the application, as you can see, the interface is having an order book, so it's slightly different from what we have seen, for example, with Equation. It is about much more a GMX model. There are different assets that you can trade. Here is the full list. As you can see, there are not many, but it is a decent amount. Honestly, the interface, for my taste, is a little bit too much confusing, too many things on left, right. I would rather have a much more focused interface, but it's just my taste. I can't say that it's bad, while honestly, it is pretty good. There are still no clear rules when it comes to the airdrop. That's something that we can suppose that just by using it, you will be qualified. But again, my highly recommendation is start using the platform and follow their social media. And if you want to get an airdrop, guys, you don't have just to use once. It's much better to just focus on a single platform, a couple of projects, in order to get the maximum out of the airdrop, instead of just spreading your effort using one time 1,000 protocols. Just stick to a couple or a number that you are able to manage. Also, because in order to take the maximum out, you need to be updated on social medias about their roadmap of what they are doing, because maybe sometimes they are simply saying, guys, all of the users who perform this section, to claim the airdrop, they have to do something. If that day you are not connected, or it takes you like 10 days to discover the news, well, that's too much. So rather prefer follow less projects, but be always updated. Anyway, I really like what Drift is doing. It reminds me something like Mango Markets, but an evolution of it that could be interesting to follow. On the other side, also being on the Solana ecosystem right now could be something pretty positive. Going to the last project I want to show you today, it is called Hyperliquid. We are talking about a project that had around 450 million of a volume in the last 24 hours. So this is something slightly higher than what we have seen with the previous projects, and it is supporting around 100. So that's pretty a lot, to be fair. Also, in this case, we are having a project that is not having a token yet. They are saying low fees of up to 50-100 leverage. So each project has its own leverage. We have seen 200, 10, 50. Each of them it's having its own. What is important to remember is that it doesn't matter which is the leverage, but how you use it, because even with a low leverage, you can get a really good profit, and vice versa. Let's give you a look also to the report by token metrics. As you can see, the score is just 58%, so the worst that we have seen among the 4 protocols that we have gone through today. Anyway, 58, it doesn't mean it is bad. As I said, we are still talking about something that has been defined by them as a hidden gems. Why? Mainly because they think, and honestly, I still agree, even if I have said many times, remember, guys, we are always talking about something that is experimental, something that is just moving the first steps right now. So in the next future, it is pretty impossible to predict what will happen. What we know is that, yes, it is promising, and if they are keep pushing, well, there is space for them to grow and to succeed. Down here you can find all the information. I will leave also the opportunity for you to just stop the video and read it all. As I said, this is something that you will not find into the free version of Documetrics, so that's the reason why I'm inviting you to stop if you want to know more about that. As you can see here, they are writing also that Hyperliquid operates entirely independent of external funding. So they are not supported by VCs. That's something that honestly I rather prefer, but it doesn't mean that just because they are not supported by VCs, it is a bad protocol. Going back to the platform, as you can see, it is something that is recalling a lot a centralized exchange platform. As you can see, the interface is pretty similar. They are trying to recreate the same kind of experience, supporting as many projects as possible. As you can see, there are many pairs over here with a leverage up to 50x. They don't have yet a token, but it will release it probably into the next future. I will leave also the link here of their scheme in order to earn points, because also in their case they are having a point system that will allow you to earn points that in theory in the next future will enable you to earn an airdrop. In this case, I don't have a referral code. Even if you check it out on Twitter, you will find the opportunity to find different referral codes that will give you the opportunity to get a bonus in the moment when you sign up to this platform. I don't have it mainly because I haven't reached yet the minimum amount of volume on the platform to have that kind of benefit to be shared with the community. So feel free to do it if you want. Unfortunately, I can't give you that. Final thought about the overall situation about the 4 protocols that we have seen in the market. Guys, deep dive into all of them, try to understand what's going on, because this market is moving fast and new projects will emerge as big and important players. It's not anymore just about GMX, GNS, or DYX. Yes, maybe they will still be the biggest player in the future, but for sure there will be other players. Remember, guys, the goal is to transform the DEX perp industry in something bigger. So it's not just about fighting for the same market share. It's about growing the market, attracting more people, and getting it more efficient. So that's the reason why I'm pretty bullish on the whole market. Right now, what I'm doing is trying to get out the maximum from equation and try to qualify it from for the airdrops on the other protocols. Feel free to do whatever you feel it's better for you. Let me know what is your favorite one among the 4, and if you have any other per protocol that in your opinion is doing a good job and could be another hidden gem when it comes to perpetual protocols. Guys, let me know it in the comment section below, and don't forget to leave us a big thumbs up and drop a comment. That's something that will help a lot with the algorithm on YouTube. Thank you for following us, and I will see you soon in another video. Bye, guys.